Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Alyssa, rescue me. How can we help?
Oh, well, I'm going to start by saying I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of cousins I haven't seen in forever. We listen to you guys all the time, so this is kind of trippy.
That's so fun.
I hope
What's up,
we're the like cool cousins, not the
No,
other
totally.
cousins. All
No,
right, cool.
the slightly awkward ones.
Oh,
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's where you were going, which I would understand. What's up?
Well, to just get the sad part out of the way, a month ago today, my father passed away.
Oh, no.
Oh man, 1 month ago?
1 month ago today.
Oh,
So
wow.
I apologize if some tears happen here.
No, it's okay. What
no
happened?
apologies.
What happened?
Well, he was fighting stage 4 cancer.
Yikes.
It was unexpected in that it was just diagnosed in October.
Wow.
And he had surgery in November, started chemo in December, and then January 25th, my mother found him in their living room unresponsive.
Oh,
So he was only 62. And it's just insult to injury in this whole situation. So I already know the end of this conversation is going to be you guys telling me I have to have a difficult conversation. I know that. My question is in the how and the when. So since this happened, my mother has been staying with us. Like I said, she found him. She found him in their home, and so it's a whole layers of just trauma and grief in this. I do have 4 small children, and not the biggest of homes. So we've been making it work, but it's not the best of the best relationship to begin with. She's got some undiagnosed mental things, namely bipolar disorder. And that's something that my father really took on himself to kind of shield us from. He did leave her with a $500,000 life insurance policy, which gives me some breathing room, but that's a whole other thing that I've never done this before. I don't even know how to start telling her to live off of that. But it kind of, the question comes in is, I know Dave always says you don't make those big moves in tragedy like this for at least 6 months. But we can't keep living like this. There are no boundaries that she will accept. It's to the point where she's actually sleeping in a bedroom with 2 of my children, and I wake up in the morning and they're snuggling in bed with her. It's just, there's no healthy boundaries. And it's not giving room for any of us to grieve in a healthy way.
This is different than the 6-month thing, okay? The 6-month thing would be selling her house and moving her into your place, or selling her house and filling in the blank. If she has the money to keep her place, if the house is paid off, that's what we're talking about when it comes to 6 months. This is a wild tragedy came upon you, right?
Yeah.
And let's take it away from your dad, because that's a really heavy moment. Like, all of a sudden, the Deloney house is flooding, and I call Ken, and I'm like, hey, can my family come crash at your place? Ken would be like, absolutely, we'll figure it out. And I bring the Deloneys, and we crash in his living room. That is not the new normal. That is Ken saving my family for an evening, or maybe even 2 evenings, right? And then it's my responsibility to get to a place where then I can grieve and begin to make decisions. And so the conversation is not going to be as difficult as you think it is, unless your mom chooses to react in any number of unhelpful ways. You can't control that at all, period. Okay?
Right.
The greatest gift you can give your mom is for you to be well and whole so that you can walk alongside her in the next season. And for you to be well and whole, you need boundaries in your home, period. Okay? So the conversation is something along the lines of, Mom, we got to get you home, and I got to get my house back in order. I'm willing to walk with you X, Y, and Z, and you and your husband talk about what that looks like. I'm willing to go to the probate and help probate this thing, and we start getting checking accounts and insurance and all the death certificates, all that stuff. I'm happy to walk alongside you and help you. Or I'm happy to completely step back and let you do this. You tell me. But this part is happening, and then I'm asking you for what role you want me to play moving forward. And then the most important part of this is, by March 1st, by March 15th, you've got to be back at home. And we have to put a date on it. Do what?
So how do I walk that? Number one, like you said, I don't know how she's going to respond. She could be totally level-headed one day, and in the next hour that switch comes. But I also have that element of, she said to me, that's where he died. We can't even walk into that house. So I'm trying to walk a line of grace, but I completely agree with you.
I got you. And then it might be time for a one-bedroom apartment. It might be time for one of your sisters or brothers to stand up. If it was my mom and my dad's home, I would recommend to my mother that she get a one-bedroom apartment near my family or near my sister or my brother. Mm-hmm. Because there is absolute, and the environment's going to play a huge role. Mm-hmm. And over a 3-month lease, she's going to go back there for an hour. She's going to go back there for an hour and 30 minutes. She's going to go back there and deal with clothes and then have to leave, right? So this is an exposure, a slow over time. It has to happen. You can't just never go back in there again.
Right.
Unless she looks at you and says, I'm never going in that home again. You and your brothers and sisters sell everything, get rid of everything. I'm never going back there again. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Then we're going to have to go sit with an attorney and have her sign over a bunch of stuff, and it changes the dynamic. Mm-hmm. None of this, though, is you're spending a lot of time in your mind, scenario after scenario after scenario, and what you're doing is you're just making yourself mad. Rehearsing potential things. Just go put the thing on the table and let's get to the reality part of it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay.
And you cannot control what she does or says afterwards. Period. And I hate that for you, but you can't.
I do have a quick financial question. Mm-hmm. You said that she got a $500,000 life insurance policy?
Pending the autopsy, yes, that is what's going to come to her.
Okay. And does she owe anything, any debt at all, or anything on the house?
They do owe on the mortgage, yes.
How much?
I think it's around $260, $270.
Yeah. I only asking that, John, because I feel like if a part of everything else you said, you lay out, okay, Mom, if you don't ever want to go back there again, here are our options.
Here's math. Yeah.
Okay, so we can pay the house off, and well, at this point, just sell it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. So just sell the house, and then whatever she makes on it. So let's say she's going to walk away with $200,000 for round numbers, and then she's got the $500,000. So now she's got $700,000. The one-bedroom apartment or whatever that John's talking about is a part of the healing process, and you just kind of explain to her, hey, you're going to be in great shape financially, and if she can't get back in there, and that's too much to overcome. But it's all about her leaving the house.
Yes, the challenge is that most people want to start because it's easier. They want to start with the spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's right.
And what I want you to do is ask your mom to invite you into the parts of what comes next that she wants you around for.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? And she might say everything, or she might say, if you're kicking me out, then you're done. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And that's going to be heartbreaking. You're going to have to grieve that part of your mom's transition, but and you're going to feel like I lost my mom and my dad, which is sadly not uncommon, right? Or it's not. Yeah, it happens more regularly than you would think, that you just kind of lose everything all at once. Hopefully that's not the case here. But you're going to get some pushback. Right now, her body feels safe wrapped around her grandbabies. And what you're saying is I need to get my home back. Do you have brothers and sisters that can help share the load here?
I have one brother who has cut off all communication with her because of how she is.
Okay. All right. That's just, yeah. Whew. Man, that's tough. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. What a mess.
Hang in there, Alyssa. Appreciate the call. Wow. Tough stuff.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.